Today our topic is demand. So first of all, what is the meaning of demand? First one is desire to purchase and willing to pay for it, ability to pay. For example, if you want purchase a product or if you say the demand of the particular product, then it is satisfied three conditions. Condition number one, desire to purchase of the product. If the customer purchase the particular product. Second one is willing to pay for it. For example, if you want for the particular product, you will be willing to pay the particular amount. Next one, ability to pay. Ability to pay means if you are able to pay the certain amount for the particular product, then only it technically called as demand of the particular product. This is the introduction part for the demand. Next we can discuss for the what is the meaning of law of demand. Law of demand, it explains the relationship between the price of the product and demand of the product. So what is the relation of price and product? If the prices will increase, the demand will decrease. If the prices will decrease, the demand will increase. This concept is come under the category of law of demand. Law of demand is explained if the prices increase, the demand will decrease. If the prices will decrease, the demand will increase. The relationship between the price and demand of the product is vice versa. So that's the reason the graphical representation is showing also the relationship between the price and the demand. Some exceptional cases, the law of demand is not applicable. What are that situations? First one is prestigious goods. If the take it as prestigious goods prices will increase, the demand will also increase. For example, if they ornament, if your ornament price will increase, more and more customers purchase the gold or ornaments, because the reason is these products come under the category of prestigious goods. If you wear these type of ornaments, then the person's prestige will increase. So that's the reason if these product prices will increase, the demand will also increase. If these product prices will decrease, the demand will also decrease. So this is come under the category of exceptional cases of law of demand. And next, second one is speculation. Speculation is also one of the point for the exceptional cases. For example, today rice price per kg 50 rupees. Like today, for example, 4 3 21, 5 3 21, the price per kg is 100 rupees. April 1st onwards, the rice price is 500 rupees. If you see the statement, actually law of demand is saying for the 50 rupees per kg today, tomorrow it will become 100 rupees per kg. Then what will happen? Tomorrow more and more customers will purchase the more and more rice, because the reason is in future 1/4/21 onwards the price will be very huge amount. 500 rupees is the very highest biggest amount. So that's the reason. In this case, the price 50 rupees to 100 rupees increased. If the prices increased, actually demand will decrease. But in this case, if the prices will increase, on those situations the demand will also increase, because in future the prices may be more and more. So that's the reason more customers are purchasing the rice tomorrow is very huge quantity. On that situation, law of demand is not applicable. So that's the reason it's come under the category of exceptional cases of law of demand. If the same thing, for example, sugar price today, for example, for easy understanding, you can take an example. 3 rupee, 3rd 21. Yesterday, 50 rupees per kg of sugar. Today, the sugar price is 40 rupees. 1, 4, 21 onwards, 20 rupees per kg. In this case, what will happen? Yesterday 50 rupees, today 40 rupees. In future, like April 1st onwards, the price per kg is 20 rupees. In this case, if the prices decrease in this situation, there is no demand for the particular product, because the reason in future it will be go ahead for very lower amount. So that's the reason for today prices decrease for 10 rupees also. Actually, the law of demand is saying for the prices decrease, demand will increase. But in this case, the law of demand is not applicable. So that's the reason it technically come under the exceptional cases of law of demand. Okay. These are all the concept of introduction of demand, law of demand, and exceptional cases of law of demand. Next, we can move to the factors affecting demand. What are the factors? What are the reasons for affecting the demand? The demand may be increased or may be decreased. Depends on some factors. What are the factors? Nature of the product. Nature of the product is also one of the parameters for the determine the demand. Like for example, either producer goods, either consumer goods, and availability of the products, and need and necessity of the product, like essential product or luxury product. It depends on the nature of the product, the demand will be increased or decreased. So that is one of the factor. Second one is time frame. Time frame means, for example, if you have the sufficient time, then what will happen? If the prices of the product is a very higher level in a near location, and prices will be lower level in very far places. On that situation, the customer, if the time is sufficient, then go ahead for the very far places and purchase the product. That is come under the time frame. Time frame is also one of the factor affecting for the demand. Next one is degree of postponement. Degree of postponement means sometimes we can postpone of our wants. So on that situation, the demand will be shifted from today to tomorrow. That's the reason. So that is also one of the factors for demand. Next one is number of alternative uses. Number of alternative uses means if you are purchasing one product, it uses for the multiple purposes, then definitely you can demand for the particular product, you can purchase the particular product. Because the reason is, if you are purchasing one product, you have the alternative of 5 or 10 alternatives. On that situation, you are purchasing particular product. That is commonly one of the factor for degree of postponement. Sorry, number of alternative uses. Next one is level of prices. Level of prices. If the prices will increase, the demand will decrease. If the prices decrease, the demand will increase. The level of prices is also one of the factors for affecting the demand. So that's the reason most of the companies are trying to fluctuate the price of the particular product according to the time, according to the customer requirement, availability of the supply of the product, and demand of the product. It depends on the demand. It will be somewhat changes of level of prices are constant. Next one is durability of the product. Durability of the product means if you are purchase the particular product, the durability is very higher level. On that situation, more and more customers want to purchase the particular product. You can take an example of a branded product. If you are spent for the 1000 rupees or 1500 rupees for one shirt, but the shirt life period is nearly 3 to 5 years, depends on the branded. So on that situation, you are spending more and more money for purchasing of the branded product. So durability is also one of the factor for the affecting the demand. Next one is government policies. Sometimes government will release for the different policies. According to the government policy, the prices will change, demand will also change. For example, we can take an example of petrol prices. The government is a continuation of increasing the prices of petrol and diesel, then automatically automobile industry, automobile sales volume will be decreased, because the reason is the interlinked with the petrol prices and automobile industry vehicles. So that is also one of government policy is also one of the factor affecting the demand. Next one is coming to the elasticity of demand. What is the meaning of elasticity? Elasticity means rate of responsiveness is called elasticity simply. So here rate of simply elasticity means rate of responsiveness. How much percentage change in price? How much percentage change in demand? Sometimes the percentage of change is 50%, but the demand of the product will change in 100%. Sometimes price of the product change in 30%, the demand of the particular product change in 60%. Sometimes prices will change 50% 100%, the demand will also change in 100%. So simply elasticity means rate of responsiveness, how much percentage change in price and how much percentage change in demand. Like sometimes it will be demand change is constant, sometimes it will be increased, sometimes it will be decreased. So that is the concept of elasticity of demand. How the measures of elasticity? You can measure, apply the 5 rules. One for the perfectly elasticity of demand, perfectly inelasticity of demand, relatively elasticity of demand, relatively inelasticity of demand, unity elasticity of demand. What is the meaning of perfectly elasticity of demand? Here, perfectly elasticity of demand. Is there any slight change in price, a vast changes in the demand? That is come under the perfectly elasticity of demand. For example, you can take an example of Adidas, Bata, Puma. These companies will give you 10%, 20% discount on your branded products. On that situation, then what will happen? Maybe 80% to 100% demand will increase. That is come under the perfectly elasticity of demand. Second one is perfectly inelasticity of demand. Perfectly inelasticity of demand means if the percentage of the price change is more, but the lesser change in the demand is called perfectly inelasticity of demand. For example, you can take an example of matchbox. The matchbox price is 2 rupees. Tomorrow onwards, the company increasing 3 rupees. Then 100% is, then for example 4 rupees, 100% change in the price of the product, but never change in demand of the particular product, or it may be little bit like 5 to 10% negligible change in available in demand, that is come under the perfectly inelasticity of demand. The examples are matchboxes and salt like that. Next one, relatively elasticity of demand. Relatively elasticity of demand means percentage of a profit. For example, 20% change in the price of the product. More than 20 percentage change. More than 20 percentage change in the demand is called relatively elasticity of demand. Next, coming to the relatively inelasticity of demand. Relatively inelasticity of demand means the price change is very high, very lower or less than that type of percentage change in demand is called relatively inelasticity of demand. So you can take an example of in the initial stage, the chocolate manufacturing companies will provide the 50% of price reduced, but there is no demand for that much of demand is not there. Lesser demand will be available. This concept come under the category of relatively inelasticity of demand. Next one is unity elasticity of demand. Unity elasticity of demand means how much percentage change in price, exactly same percentage change in the demand. It may be 50% change in the price of the product. The demand will also change in exactly 50%. That is come under the unity elasticity of demand. In next session, we can discuss for the types of elasticity and how the measures of demand forecasting, what are the tools and techniques that are available.